Welcome to MySQL, Introduction to MySQL. Let's go to the objectives of this session. We're going to see Introduction to MySQL, connecting and disconnecting MySQL, entering basic queries in MySQL, and creating and using a database in MySQL. So let's understand what is MySQL first. MySQL is a very popular open source database, officially pronounced as MySQL, not MySQL. It handles very large databases and it's very fast in the performance. Now, why are we using MySQL? Point number one, it is free and much cheaper than Oracle. Point number two, each student can install MySQL locally on their machines. Point number three, it is easy to use for creating tables, querying tables, etc. Point number four, it is easy to use with Java JDBC. JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity, right? Now let's move further with the crash course fundamentals. In order to use Java Database Connectivity, what you need is a database and basic understanding of SQL. Full form of SQL is Structured Query Language. Now some students may have database background, others may not. The purpose of this session is to get all students up to speed on database fundamentals. So we are going to see some basics about database fundament. Now let's understand connecting to MySQL. MySQL provides an interactive shell for creating tables, inserting data, etc. On Windows, you have to just go on the path that is c:/mysql/bin and type MySQL, or you can click on the Windows icon also. Coming to one sample session where we are seeing how to connect to MySQL. Now when you go to the CMD, that is your command prompt, you have to type there MySQL -u, the username will be root, and -p. Once you press enter, it will ask you for the password which you have to enter, and that will start your MySQL session. You get the command as welcome to MySQL monitor. Commands end with semicolon or -g. Your MySQL connection ID is to server version 3.2.3.49. This would be the message when you connect to MySQL. You can type help : or /help for help. Type /c to clear the buffer from command prompt. Now if you have to exit your MySQL, you have to type either quit or type exit on the command prompt. That will exit your MySQL session. So basically MySQL doesn't have a UI as such. UI means the user interface. We are going to work in MySQL using your command prompt from Windows, right? Let's go further. We come to some basic queries that we can use in MySQL. Once you are logged in, you can try some simple queries in MySQL. For example, one query given here is select version, current _ date. When you type this and you press semicolon, you press enter, you get the below given table format value output from the MySQL. It gives you the version of MySQL that you are using on your system plus the system date of your machine. And in below that you get one row in set 0.00 second. That is how much time the query has been executed. So note that most MySQL commands end with a semicolon and then press enter to execute them. MySQL returns the total number of rows found and the total time to execute the query. So after every query, you would get how many rows have been returned by MySQL and how much time the query has taken to execute in MySQL. Now let's come to some more part of basic queries. Keywords may be entered in any letter case. The following queries are equivalent. That is, if we write down select version, comma, current date in uppercase or select version, comma, current date in lowercase or select version, comma, current date in a mixed case. All the three queries will give you the same out. Now this means what? MySQL is not a case sensitive language. So if you write down something in capital or in small case or in a mixed case, it doesn't matter, right? Let's move further with some more examples on basic queries. Here's another query. It demonstrates that you can use MySQL as a simple calculator also. What is the query that we have written? It is select SIN, that is sin, in the bracket, PI stands for pi, open close bracket, divided by 4 is one part of the query, comma. The next column is in the bracket 4 plus 1 multiplied by 5. So basically we are giving here a calculation part in a query and trying to execute it through MySQL. So what would be the output? For sin pi divided by 4, we get the value as 0.707107. That is, the value is coming as 5 divided by 4. That is 3.14 divided by 4 is the value what we are getting. And the second column shows 4 plus 1 multiplied by 5. So 4 plus 1 evaluates to 5 and 5 into 5 comes to 25. So basically we are using MySQL here as a format of calculator, right? So you can also enter multiple statements on a single line. Just end each one with a semicolon. Like if you see the example that we have used here, it says select version, comma, select now. Now select version is one query which ends with a semicolon. The next query is select now, that is also ending with a semicolon. But we have written these two queries on the same line and we have executed them. So when we executed, we get the output as version, the value of version as 3.22.208-log, and the value for now, that is your current system date and time, it comes to 2004-0015.33, right? So you can use your multiple queries on the same line.